Let's go. This is going to be a good call. So I'm super excited for those that are on the live, those that are on the recording. If you don't know me, my name is Abigail Poston. Y'all can call me Abby. I've been a part of this incredible platform, community, movement, this concept that completely changed my entire life, a full 360. A few years ago when I just graduated from college, and tonight's not at all about my story, but I wanted to come on here and share that first because I want to share with you guys that I'm nobody special. I came from a place just a few years ago where I was in a rut financially. It was a joke. Like I was in a nightmare of a situation. And when you have a sense of faith, when you've got an open mind, when you put your ego aside and you recognize, hey, I'm broke as a joke and skeptical, it's not a good place to be. I've got to be open-minded to new information, learning new skill sets, getting involved with the right people. Great things can happen when you're hungry, you've got a work ethic, and you're just ready to go. Put pen to paper, foot to the pedal, and you just go. You just run the play. And so, over the last few years, a lot of great things have happened in my life, not just financially, but I always tell people like what we do inside of this profession that we're in, this entire journey, this entire experience. It's like personal development on steroids, and I mean that. Like if I've gotten anything out of this so far, guys, it's more than just a financial increase. It's like I think bigger and I believe bigger about myself. And that's really what the purpose of tonight's call. So I hope that you guys have a pen and paper. If you can take notes, write it down. Yes, it's recorded, but like you're going to miss a lot of this stuff. And every time you watch this or every time you go back to things, you're going to have a new lens of perspective. And that's what that's the power behind information, is when you can gain a new lens or of clarity behind what you're learning. And then you can go execute on that with that elevated perspective. So that's the whole goal. That is the whole purpose of tonight's call, is to bring clarity and fill in the gaps of your journey so far, wherever you're at, whether you just got started the other week or you've been involved for a few months or a few years. Okay. It's to bring clarity and fill in the gaps of your journey, elevate your perspective. And I think one of the most important pieces is build your belief in what's actually possible for you. Okay. And I want to kick it off with a question. Okay. This is a you versus you question. And I really hope it hits home for you and giving you the bigger picture awareness of like what we really have. Okay. I want you to ask yourself, this is a rhetorical question that you write down on paper, scale 1 to 10. Okay. Scale yourself, rate yourself on this. Are you truly maximizing your membership? Okay. That's the title of the call. Maximize your membership. Okay. It's not really, a sexy training title or anything like that. It's just real. Are you maximizing your I Am Academy education, tools, and resources for you, for your future, for why you got started? Okay. Do you really understand what you have access to? Okay. We've got the opportunity of a lifetime at our fingertips, not just the academy itself, but like in history, like what is actually happening, the largest wealth transfer in the world. And we're at the forefront of it. And we have the education to know exactly what to do, when to do it, why you're doing it. Okay. Do you really understand what you have access to? Are you really taking advantage and maxing out this thing? Because we're giving you everything. We're educating you, we're equipping you. Okay. We're putting you in position and setting you up for success. But I can't go win for you. Okay. Your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, they can't go win for you. You've got to go win for you. Okay. But you've got to I'm going to get into it and you guys are going to really this is going to be a good call for you. Okay. Because when I got this information, I was like, I needed this. So I want you to ask yourself, have you been maximizing what you have in front of you? I'm not saying go get a league and go do everything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for what you're focused on, for what your goals are and where you're trying to go, are you taking full advantage? Okay. That's the question. And I want to set a couple house rules. Okay. Just moving into this call, I want you guys to stay in student mode. Now, not just on this call tonight, but any call that you show up to, trainings, events, whatever, meetings, okay? Anytime you're in a room, in a space where you're able to learn, maybe from somebody that has more experience, more credibility, more knowledge, more awareness, more whatever, have an open mind. Stay in student mode to be able to learn. And I want you to stop yourself if you begin to think, oh, I already know that. I've caught myself multiple times, even in front of my mentors, they'll be speaking and I just default to, oh, I already know that. And then you tune out. And that's the worst thing that you can do. I'm actually reading this book right now, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. talks about it throughout the entire book. And that's one of the worst things that you could kind of adopt as a habit, not even thinking about it, is checking out, tuning out, already thinking, I already know that. Okay. And I want to say this is the last thing I'll say, and we're going to move into the call. But thinking that I already know that is can really put you back mentally and emotionally, because I want you guys to understand your life is going to show you what you truly know and understand. Because if you're not living it, you don't know it yet. Okay. So throughout this call, I'm going to maybe give you guys some stuff that maybe you've heard, maybe you haven't heard. Just have an open mind, because it's about the lens and the perspective that you have on the information. So what I'm going to be doing with y'all tonight, we're going to go through three key points. Okay. 3 key points. I'm going to kind of rock and roll through these. I'm going to give you a little bonus at the end that's going to hopefully skyrocket you to the next level when you go out and apply it. And then we're going to bring on a few people after to give out. Basically, I'm going to be doing like Q&A style. We wrote up some really fire questions at the end. Okay. And at the very, very end, you got to be on the call. I'm doing a giveaway. Okay. I'm not saying what the giveaway is, because you guys got to be here, because this call is going to be fire. But we're doing a giveaway. You've got to be on the call, and trust me, this is a giveaway that you're not going to want to miss. Okay. So the first part of this, let me check the chat. How we doing? How we feeling? Are y'all really ready? Cause I'm getting red. I'm getting pink. Y'all see me turn a little laps over here. Just kidding. But I am ready. I'm fired up. I see Caitlin. I see Sam. I see Paul's cameras on. I see Marin, Alex. Come on, y'all. Let's get it. Okay. So the first part of this, okay. Number 1, I'm going to ask y'all some questions so we can, kind of go back and forth, not just me talking, but I want you to ask yourself, how real is this to you? How real is this to you? How real is what you're doing to you? Okay. I said that 3 times. Yeah, I meant to say it 3 times. Okay. I'm asking this question because if this is only going to be as real as you make it to be. This is only going to be as real as you believe that it is. How real is this to you? If you don't believe that you can go and even flip your $500 trading account to $5,000, why are you going to put in the work? We only do things that we believe in. Write that down. We only do things that we believe in. Okay. So how real is this to you? How much of this do you really believe that's possible? Okay. Because you're only going to do things that you believe in. So if you don't believe that you can really take your $500 trading account, your $200 trading account, your $1,000 trading account that you blew, and it's now, $25, $100 in there, like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't believe that you can come back from what your mistakes that you just made, or the position that you're in, starting from scratch, going to that $5,000 mark, that $10,000 mark, that $20,000 mark, that 100K mark, if you don't believe that it's possible, you're not going to do the work. And worse, like, not just be consistent. Cause like, I've been there where we're like in these ebbs and flow of life. And I'm going to go through that on this call where, life has a hold of you. You don't really have a hold of life. So whatever's going on in your personal life or your world, you just blame it on that. You just make excuses about, oh, this is going on in my life, and that's why I couldn't do this, or that's why I couldn't do that. And that's like, you're not going to create any amount of success for yourself or wealth or freedom or whatever you're looking for if you are not the thermostat in your life. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But what I'm saying is, if you don't believe that this is even possible, you're not going to stay consistent long enough to see a result, to then elevate your belief even more to get to that next mile marker, that next milestone. But you're going to cut yourself out the game too early, prematurely, before you ever allow yourself to even like have a breakthrough. Okay. So bottom line, what I'm trying to say here for you is, have you made the decision that this is real for you yet? Have you made the decision that this is real for you yet? Because this is only going to be as real as you make it. I'll give you a great example. Okay. I'm not going to go into income or, any of that on this call because it's recorded. I might get in trouble. I will get in trouble. But plus, like, that part doesn't even matter. I'm trying to make a point. Okay. Let me give you a great example on the business side. Okay. For me in my life, I've believed that Platinum 2000 is real. And we went and did that. We did that a couple of times. Okay. D-Rang, you know the process. Okay. Came back. We did it again. Okay. I believed that was real. So we went and did the work. Okay. And then we got the result. what are you contemplating in your life right now? It could be business, it could be trading, it could be your investments, it could be whatever that you're just going back and forth about, hesitating, procrastinating, you don't have faith in. Okay? You're not working the plan. You're not running the play because maybe you don't yet believe. And I'm going to talk about on this call how to elevate your belief system, because your belief system is rooted in something, and that's what's holding you back on a lot of things. And it's not something to blame. It's not something to make excuses about, something to get real about. Okay. It's going to be uncomfortable, but I want you guys to know, when you're experiencing discomfort, and even to the point of extreme, uncomfortable situations, that's when you have to recognize and have that association, that positive association, is to, when I'm experiencing discomfort, I'm growing. When I'm experiencing discomfort, I'm growing. Okay. And that's going to help you continue to move forward. But bottom line, number one, guys, how real is this to you? Have you made the decision that this is real for you yet? Okay. And plugging into calls like these, getting on Go Live, guys, oh my God. Like, every time I plug in to Go Live, I'm watching my favorite educator, Curtis Cobain. Shout out to you. You can't tell me nothing about this. I don't even need to see a result in my trading account to know like this is real. I can hear it in the conviction, in the voice tonality from my mentors. I borrow their belief when I don't have any. Okay. I show up to events and meetings and trainings and calls like these to build my belief, because when I didn't have any and over $100,000 student loan debt, I needed to borrow other people's belief so that I can make this real for myself. Okay. All right. I'm moving on. I hope that you guys got that. Whoever needed to hear that, like, that's point number one. That's why I started there. Okay. How real is this to you? Make that decision. Okay. Number two, drop it in the chat. Number two, let's keep it moving. I'm excited for this next one. Okay. What I'm about to share with y'all, I love this part that I'm about to break down, because this is the most, like, whenever I have conversations with you guys, with the team, not calling nobody out, I'm just saying, whenever we have conversations, this is the number one thing that I'm always saying back to you. Okay. And I'm saying this on this call because it's important. Anytime you're ever thinking in your head, or maybe you're saying it out loud, or you come to your sponsor, your person you're working with, your mentor, whoever, and you're thinking and you're doubting the process of this. Okay. Process is the process, baby. Like, you gotta stick your head down there, stay in your development, and you just gotta grow. You gotta trust the process. But I want you to understand, like, if you're in your process, but you're not putting in the work, you're not going to do what these next two things I'm about to say. Like, good luck getting a result. Now you can be worried. Now you can be doubtful and fearful because you're not putting in the work. Of course, you feel anxiety. Of course, you're feeling bad about yourself. You're not putting in the work. You're not staying consistent. Okay. Everybody on this call is here, I know, because you want to make money. You wouldn't be a part of the largest financial markets in the world, a part of a platform that teaches you about financial literacy, if you weren't here to make some kind of money. Okay. But I want you to understand the two things that are going to help you create the income that you're looking for. Okay. Obviously, there's a lot of intangibles that go into it, but I'm going to talk about two tangible things that you can take advantage of, that you need to be taking advantage of. Okay. Those two things are practice and repetition. Okay. I want you to think about any of the most successful people that you know. First one that comes to mind, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, known for his practice and the reps that he was putting in on and off the basketball court. Okay. In your trading, in your business plan, in whatever you're doing in your life, to get good, to see some sort of long-lasting result, you've got to put in the work. You've got to practice. And the greatest example I can give is, if you're not seeing the results that you want, and maybe you come to me with that, the first thing I'm going to ask you, show me your log of trades. Show me your log of trades. How many practice trades have you been putting in? Okay. I'm not trying to be nice guy on this call. I'm trying to get real with y'all, because if you want real results, you've got to be real with you. Okay. A great mentor, a great coach, a great, I don't even want to say friend, but like a great coach, mentor, whatever, like they're going to give you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Okay. And on this call, I want to give you what you need to hear, because you're missing out on so much more than just income, time, energy with like the people that you love and care about the most, because you're procrastinating, because you're not putting in the work. Practice and repetition. Show me your log of trades. I'll show you my log of trades. Even on my demo account, I still trade demo. I still go back and practice. Okay. I'm always perfecting my craft. This is my moneymaker. This is what funds my crypto portfolio. This is what funds a lot of my business expenses. This is what funds my lifestyle. Okay. And the business helps as well, because when I didn't have any money, that was what was funding everything else. Right. So practice and repetition. Show me your log of trades. I mean, don't show me, like, that's for you. But if you're wondering why you're not getting where you want to be, show me your practice. And then show yourself how many go live sessions are you tuning into? And this isn't about a binge fest. Like, yeah, this is the Netflix for investing and trading and, getting financially educated, but I'm not saying you need to go binge watch all of this. In fact, I'm actually telling you not to do that. And this isn't coming from me. Go watch Go Live. They'll tell you that. Like, this is about understanding. We were taught in school to memorize and get good grades and, all these things. This isn't about that. Like, you can't just memorize certain things and go expect to, win it on the charts, win it in your trading. That's not how this works. You have to understand. And I've been saying this a lot to, our Arizona squad. Shout out to you guys, staying consistent, showing up, doing your thing. Like, I've been saying this a lot to them, where, I've been watching Curtis Cobain's like my guy. Like, that is my educator. Like, that is my, I watch a few different people on Go Live and stuff, but Kurt Cobain is like my consistent. He's my constant. I'm watching him pretty much every single day. And I watch like a 20, 30 minutes like snippet of some of his recordings, his favorite sessions, of his strategy, his mindset, things like that. I want to learn and understand how he's thinking about the markets. If you wanted to be a professional basketball player and you could learn to think and become aware of of the basketball arena, like Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan, like, don't you think that would elevate your game? Heck yeah. I want to learn from these guys. So I watch 20, 30-minute snippets of their recordings, but it's about spaced repetition, right? You're not going to learn how to do push-ups by watching videos of people doing push-ups. Like, it's probably good to watch a video so you don't hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to go apply it. You got to go and actually get your reps in. Okay. So what I'll do, for example, you gotta kind of, find your mojo, find your groove and everything, but I'll watch my educator and then I'll go apply it. So maybe you take an hour to watch a session and then you're like, well, dang, Abby, I don't have any time to trade. Condense that 20, 30 minutes of your session, 20, 30 minutes of practicing chart work, understanding your strategy. Write it out numerous times until you know it, till it becomes subconscious, becomes a part of you, becomes natural. Okay. It's like waking up, brushing your teeth. You don't think about it, you just do it. Hopefully you guys just do it, right? So practice and repetition. You want to make money, you want to grow your account to multiple 5, 6, 7+ figures. You really want to go and do the damn thing here. Practice repetition. Before you go to complain to your upline, your mentor, your whoever, go look yourself in the mirror, go look at your log of trades, go look and see how many times you plug into Go Live, and then put it into work. Not just trying to memorize and learn everything. Oh, checked off the session. Watch that tonight. What did you understand from that? What's one piece that you understood from whatever you watched? Did you go and apply it? And now back it up with your repetition. Okay. The second piece to that, I'm just going to say this one thing. The best way to learn is to immerse yourself, is to get involved. And that's why we always say, there's so many different ways that we can learn. Sitting in front of a computer, watching a video, like, that's nice, but your sensory factors, like, you need to get all of your sensory factors involved. And that's why we encourage, y'all are going to hear it a lot on this call. You're going to be like, oh my God, like Palm Beach, holy crap. Like, okay. It's like, you will understand. It's like going to a concert, like one of your favorite concerts that you've ever gone to. Like, I'm just giving an example. You can't really explain it. It's like, you got to just be there, right? Or maybe you try to explain like a funny thing to your friend, but when you say it's not even like that funny. But it's like, if you were there, it's like, yeah, I would be laughing my ass off. That's how this is. You have to be there, immersing yourself, getting involved. That's what this is about. Okay. So practice, repetition. Y'all clear? All right, let's get it. So that is number 2. Number 3, guys, and the final point for my portion of the call, guys, the journey. Okay. Now, the journey, kind of really rolling into this, I hope that you guys are getting, the clarity that you need to go and apply and really put this thing to work. Like, really have an understanding of, like, all right, maybe I've been, chilling a little bit too much. Maybe I've been, overthinking way too much, overestimating the problems that could happen and underestimating my action that I could be putting in. You know what I'm saying? So this part right here, I'm going to kind of paint a picture for you. I'm going to give you the bigger picture of what what this really is. Okay. Because sometimes in the beginning, we all come in with different, mindsets and experiences and levels of doubt and fear and, also certainty and possibility and belief. Okay. I'm going to give it to you real right now. The journey that you're on, whether you just got started, you've been in for a few months, you've been in for a few years, doesn't matter. Okay. From this point moving forward, you are going, like, the only constant, like, I know that they say, it's like the funny thing that they say is, the only thing that never changes are death and taxes. Okay. Which, if you want to learn about taxes, go read this book. I'm like mind blown with what he's talking about. My point in saying that is there's another thing that's never going to change. Okay. And that's problems. You will always experience problems. Everybody, like, I think tries to, like, avoid problems or look at problems as like a negative thing. Guys, your perspective is what makes things a good or a bad thing. Okay. At the end of the day, like, it's your outlook. It's your perspective. It's your lens. Okay. It's your attitude. You're going to, I'm guaranteeing, I can't guarantee anything else inside of this platform. I can't guarantee that you're going to make any money because that's up to you. Okay. But the one thing that I will guarantee is you're going to experience problems. You're probably going to experience more mistakes, more adversity, doubt than anything regarding wins, breakthroughs, things like that. You're going to experience more mistakes, problems, adversity, doubt, all that stuff at first than you do any sort of wins. And that is very hard for the newest person to, like, accept, because you come in and you want all the success, and you want to, get results. And that is the goal. We want you guys to create, especially if you're, newer, you're within your first 3-6 months, like, you've got to create some results for yourself. And results, everybody equates it to making money on your live account and withdrawing it to your bank account, which I don't think people really even think about that. They don't understand the process, but that's what people equate a result to. And that's actually, like, I hate to break it to you, that is not actually how I personally equate results. And a lot of my mentors don't either, that I learned from. Chairman 750, Jason Brown and Matt Rosa. Like, I've had conversations with him multiple times. Okay. I want you to start looking at your results in a different way. The money's going to come, but I hope that you write this part down. Your income, the money that you make, will never surpass your mindset. And that's why I focus so much on my education, because I understand that my income is never going to surpass what's going on up here. Okay. The amount of money that you make will never increase whatever's going on up in your mindset. Okay. And I heard Chris Terry say this the other day. If you don't know who Chris Terry is, he is our CEO of the Academy. He has over 30 years, 3 decades of trading and investing experience. He's, the head honcho of this whole movement, putting this together, giving power back to the people, taking Wall Street and giving it to all streets. That's his mindset. Okay. And I remember he posted this just the other day on his Instagram, and he was like, you can't just go from here to there without there being some sort of involvement in your energy. So it's more than just your mental game. It's what's going on in your heart. Because if your mind and your heart are not congruent, you're sending mixed, signals out here, and you're going to get mixed signals coming back. And, your results are just going to be much of the same, because you're not changing. You're not truly changing. You've got to change here in your heart. But I wanted to start with this, because a lot of times we try to avoid the problems, and problems are a constant. Problems show that you probably need to work on something. You do need to work on something. There's a lesson that needs to be learned. Okay. And if you're experiencing the same problem, yeah, you definitely need a lesson. You definitely have a lesson that you need to learn. But if you're experiencing an involvement of problems, that's a good thing. That means you're growing. I've noticed the amount of problems that I've been experiencing as of late. I was like, I was not experiencing these problems 12 months ago in a good way. I was like, I've never had, like, big money problems like this, where I'm like, holy crap, like, I'm putting in multiple 5 figures in the last 30, 60 days. Like, I wasn't having problems like that, a year ago, 2 years ago. Good problems to have, right? My portfolio's down X amount. I'm not even going to go into it. Like, I wasn't experiencing that 12 to 24 months ago. Those are good problems to have, but you don't get there if you don't have the right mindset about it. If you're always trying to avoid them and not learn the lesson. Same thing with your trading. If you think, like, if you've blown 5 to 10 accounts, some of y'all on here, I know, okay? Like, it's probably you, and you got to go back and find that lesson. Okay. This whole experience is personal development on steroids. I said that already. Okay. I had a call last night. I had a three-way call today with somebody. And then a three-way call last night with an individual that got started with me in 2017. It took about 4 years off. And they messaged me the other day saying, I can't believe I stepped away. And they saw how much I've grown in the situation. They're like, I never should have left, but timing, it is what it is. And I need to do this. So they're getting started, all the other stuff, getting their money together. And it was just a very interesting call last night because they were just like, basically how Robert Kiyosaki describes like the average person living their life. And I'm not down on jobs, guys. I think everybody knows that. I'm just up on opportunity. And I'm also up on the fact that you can't work or, live in a situation that you're not happy in. And she's not happy, weren't happy in her situation. And she's an example, and she would tell you that as well. And, you just feel trapped in your situation, right? And it's kind of crazy because just the conversation of like, man, like, 3-4 years have passed and, you could have grown so much if you just stayed consistent. Right. And so I share that story because wherever you're at right now, you already know what quitting looks like. You already know the life that it's going to bring you back to. That's not the life that you want. You want something different. Okay. So stick with it. Endure the problems because they're there to help you evolve and grow and be a better version of yourself and strengthen the areas that maybe were once weak and point out the areas that you need to continue to work on and grow and things like that. So your perspective, that's the part I want to say is your perspective will determine what you see. Okay. And a lot of times we allow what we see with our eyes to determine how we feel. But you can't go based off of maybe opening up your bank account and you see a number that you don't like. And that determines what your perspective is based on what you see and your belief system. But I've had to train myself to not go based off of what I see with my eyes, but go based off of what I see up here. Does that make sense? Like, it's not with my physical senses. Okay. You have to go higher than that. Bob Proctor always talks about it, your higher faculties. Okay. That you have to go based off of what you see up here and not based off of what you see out here. Because if you go based off of what's going on in the world physically, you're gonna lose your what if you do. There's so many crazy things going on. And I'm praying for everybody in the world. It's insane, and that's why we have to bring it back to gratitude of how grateful we are to be in the opportunity that we're in, to have the opportunity of a lifetime. Don't squander the lifetime of the opportunity that you have right now. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys off with just a couple more things. I read this quote. I wanted to share with you guys. The situation that you're in right now. Okay. The situation that you fear the most. I would write this down. This was really good. The situation that you fear the most is the skill that you need to learn and conquer. The situation that you fear the most, okay? Maybe it's a financial situation, losing money, okay? Not being able to afford this, not being able to provide for this. It doesn't even have to be about money. It could be relationships. It could be whatever, okay? The situation that you fear the most is the skill that you need to learn and conquer. Robert says in this book, I know I'm making a lot of references, but like we literally stole his cash flow quadrant, concept to ignite our entire overview when we share this with people, because we show people where you are and where you want to go. But this is what he says. Okay. You are one skill set away from completely changing your income. You got like a dozen here. Go choose one and dial all into it. Okay. And I already kind of said this earlier, but everybody here is, you're here to make money. But I want to say this one more time. If that's all you're focused on is just, I got to make money, whatever, like you're going to be out the game in 90 days. If that's all you focus on, you're going to be out the game before you even create a win for yourself, because you're chasing money. And if you're chasing something, it's running away. You're emotional. And we know that we cannot be emotional in the markets. We can't be emotional in business. Okay. So again, as a premise, income never surpasses your mindset. So I want to encourage you guys to focus on building your mindset, and also focus on aligning and making sure that your mindset and your heart are congruent, because that's the only way that you're really going to continue to advance yourself, and not just, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, but your financial results. Okay. Your physical financial results, like working out, getting healthy, that is like your physique is very much correlated to your finances, your bank account. Okay. They both take the longest to like the financial wagon. Some of you guys are on that call with Jason. The financial and physical wagon are most often the last wagon to show up in your life. Okay. And the reason being is because it's the physical part. Okay. It's the lowest form part. You have to go to work here first. So I say all that because it's the journey that you guys are on right now, and you're going to experience problems no matter what. You've got to already accept that, but you've got to continue to develop this and be more interested and focus on your education than you are trying to make all this money, because the money will come. I promise you. I've not waited, but I put in the work for 5 years to get to a point where I'm at right now. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is what happens when you put in the work and you stay consistent. And I'm not even where I want to be yet, y'all. I'm just saying, like, if it can happen for me being $100,000 student loan debt 5 years ago to not being in that situation anymore, it can happen for you too. You've just got to stay the course. So last thing I'm going to say, guys, and I'm going to pass it over to our 3 speakers, and we're going to wrap up this call, is I want to leave you guys with this being 3 types. There are 3 types of people. Some of you guys saw this the other day. Shout out to Chairman 100, Justin Owens. I want you guys to pinpoint how you've been being, not just here, but in your life, because this is going to give you a really great idea of the type of person that you, are kind of like that energy aura that you're giving off, and the results shouldn't surprise you because of it. Okay. 3 types of people. Person number 1, this is rhetorical. Ask yourself, okay, these types of people, and whether it's, the organization that we're in, whatever the case is, these types of people, they're never satisfied in a negative way. Okay. These types of people suck the life out of an organization, out of the group, out of the whatever. Okay. They always, nothing is ever good for them. They're always complaining. They're always blaming. They're always justifying and making excuses as to why things aren't working. Oh my God, the scalper is down, or, this strategy doesn't actually work, or, this educator is, they always go over on their time, or they're always, a little late or whatever. Like they're always complaining. They don't, if you're working with me, you always have problems whenever we have a conversation. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying, if you're communicating with me or whoever, they always come to you with a problem. Okay. And I'm here to put out fires all day long, but like, come to me with a solution as well. Okay. Don't be person number 1. You'll be like, I'm surprised any of y'all are still here. If you're person number 1, like you're out the door. I've seen people that are person number 1 come in and come out, because your mindset, your attitude about life, like you're just not primed and ready to grow. Like you're just pointing and blaming everybody else. So that's person number 1. Person number 2, you're mostly positive. Okay. You're pretty positive. You're a positive person until something goes wrong. You're like, you fear adversity. You fear rejection. You fear loss. Can't fear loss. Like I don't fear my losses when it comes to trading. I don't fear my losses when people quit the business. I don't. I say, deuces, you're missing out. Like, I wish I could show you my trading account. I wish I could show you all the L's I had to take, not even just financially, but all the mental and emotional L's I had to take to get to this point. Person number 2 is mostly positive until things go wrong. Your attitude is shaped by your environment, and you are doubtful in times of adversity. Okay. A lot of people are person number 2. Maybe you're not even aware that you are, but now you are. Okay. That's person number 2. Person number 3, they always keep a positive mental attitude, a PMA. Person number 3 always has a positive mental attitude no matter what. This person sets the environment. As I said before, you are the thermostat, not the thermometer. You maintain a positive mental attitude in the face of adversity. Okay. And I'll be honest, I have been all 3 of these people at one point or another inside of, my career of the last few years. And I'm sure if you're on this call and you've been in for a while, you probably experienced all 3 of them as well, individually. And that's okay. The point is, we've got to evolve. We've got to grow. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you guys, because wherever you're at, it's either hurting you or it's elevating you. Okay. It's helping you. It's empowering you. So with that being said, guys, are y'all ready? Like, I'm pretty fired up. We got 22 people on this call. How are we doing? I have a note thing that I go off of, guys, that I write out before the call to make sure I don't go off track. I keep it in line. But I hope you guys are getting the value that we are bringing. I'm excited for this next part, guys. We're gonna do a Q&A, and they don't know the questions that I'm gonna be asking them, which is gonna be kind of fun. But I gave them all the questions, but I didn't tell them which one I was gonna ask. So it's gonna be kind of fun. All right, so we're gonna bring up these individuals, guys, one at a time, 3 questions each. And what's really cool, I want to say this first. These individuals that I chose to speak on tonight's call, first team call of the year, was a little hesitant to, maybe open up a call like this because we haven't done one in a while, but I thought it was definitely necessary. These individuals I chose because they've been consistent. They're coachable. They're hungry. They're low maintenance. They just run the play. They do the dang thing. And I'm not even talking about business. I'm talking about all facets of what we have here. Okay. They communicate like they're coachable. They're hungry. You can't teach hunger. So if you're not hungry, like you've got some work to do. Okay. You're not going to go very far if you're not starving for success. Okay. And they're resourceful. That's a number that is not talked about a lot, or at least more so. Resourceful. Being resourceful means guys, we're all equipped with everything on this call, but how are you using the things around you to create the results and the success and the movement in your life? But these individuals, they've been showing up, they've been doing the work, some longer than others, and that the time doesn't matter. It's what are you doing with your time? So the first individual, guys, that I'm going to bring up is somebody that we helped get rocking and rolling earlier last year. It hasn't been a year yet, so this guy is I would say still new on his journey inside of the platform, but somebody that is very near and dear to me. Very, very grateful that we got partnered up in the craziest of ways, and that's what this profession will do. You'll find people that you didn't even think we're going to do something like this, but this individual has been putting in the work. And recently got his cousin involved, both going to Palm Beach. Very excited for y'all. But Sam, bro, I'm excited for you to come on here straight out of Maryland, our hometown, representing. Sam, if you could maybe share, I just said your name, but share your name. I want to share, how long maybe you've been a part of I Am, and what you're using or what you're watching right now inside of the platform.
Thank you, Abby. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for being a part of this and everything. I'm Sam, for those of you who don't know me. I've been a part of I Am for about 9 months now. I've been really heavy in the DCX side. That's where I got started. And I've always tuned into Kurt and Mike and Picasso, Nick Gomez. Lately, I've been really getting into Sean, and I feel like he's really helped with the swipe coin scalper, which is my favorite thing. Always going after that. But I've also been getting more into the Forex too, with the DeLorean and the levels. Loving it all, really. So just kind of tapping into everything.
Let's go. I love it, dog. I love it. All right. So that was just an intro, guys, not the first question. So the first question, and this doesn't need to be super long, just whatever comes to your heart, minute or two. If you could tell yourself when you first got started, one piece of advice that you kind of have become aware of now, what would that be?
Just don't be fearful. Really, don't be fearful of everything, because there's a lot to learn. Just embrace as much as possible, but don't feel like you want to overload yourself. When I first started, I was going on the go lives and doing the research, but I wasn't really executing what I was learning. I was hesitant to start talking or to start taking the trades, and overthinking them, even on a demo account getting started. So I'm still doing some of that sometimes, but I have a lot more to learn, and I'm being more consistent and just trying to keep track of my progress every day, looking to see where I need to improve, and still going. But it's just all about the process. You have to fall in love with the process. Really, you can't skip any part of it.
Let's go. I love it. Don't be fearful. Embrace it. It's a process. Give yourself time. I love that. So next question is, why why do you choose to do both? Because you came in, bro, and you were like, I'm gonna give this. Oh, you need to touch on this, but I know that you were saying, I'm gonna give this a couple months. I'm gonna give this 6 months. See how it goes. Only focus on the trading side. Only focus on investing and learning the skill. But now look at you. Like you're learning, you're developing your leadership. Like, why do you choose to do both? Learning the skill while also building the business.
Sorry, couldn't get that. But just really the inspiration I've seen from all of you who've done the business really for a longer time. Um, I see what value it can bring to my life now and in the long term. Um, it's a side hustle that you can do at your own pace too. It gives you a life changing opportunity that you can start at your own pace. It's a business that you can start without a lot of overhead. It's one payment a month, and the value you provide just from the education gives it yourself, and you get the opportunity to share that with other people. And the more people you help show the opportunity to and inspire, the more you grow yourself. And if you help other people pay their bills, your bills will get paid. I believe Jim Rome said that, which it's really, it really means a lot, because the more people you inspire, it really, will go a long way. And, a job is something you have to have, but this is something that benefits you and is your own choice to do. It's a product that you have and can use and you can love and believe in. It's a product you want to show other people and inspire them that you don't just have to work a job and live paycheck to paycheck and all that, but you get to make your own timeline. You get out what you put into it. It's really all there is to it.
Let's go. Let's go. You don't have to unmute yourself. You're good. This will be quick. So the last question, bro, I appreciate that answer because it's so true. Like, if you only have one stream of income, you're in a very dangerous position, and you have so much opportunity to learn and grow here, and expand yourself in multiple different ways. So I love it. And I love seeing you grow, as well. So the last question is, I wanted to touch a little bit on adversity, because I know even before you got started, you were facing a lot of different challenges in your life, a lot of adversity, things that, maybe if the average person were experiencing, personal problems, you'd be out the door. How do you manage that? Like, obviously that's a deep question, but like, when you're experiencing personal problems while you're doing this, what's kind of your mindset about it?
Don't quit. You shouldn't quit things you start. If you're tired of starting over on things, then you should stop quitting, which you're already doing when the things get difficult. Because you touched on it earlier, everything gets difficult. We all have seasons in both this business and our life, more in general. But you can't let the difficult and doubtful, bad winter seasons keep you down. You just have to be sure that even though you're going through that winter season, you will have a summer season in your life. Don't give up until you get to that season you're going to flourish in. After regression always comes expansion. And that's really with everything in life, not just this business.
I love it, dog. I love it. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing that, and continue to be an example for everybody, because whether you believe it or not, people are watching you, people that know you, they see you, and you're just, you're just an example for so many people to look up to. So keep it up, bro. I'm excited to see what you do, who you become this year, and to see you in 2 weeks at Palm Beach. So, all right, y'all, let's give it up. Drop some 222s in the chat. This next individual I am bringing up tonight is somebody that has been rocking with me. We've been rocking together for the last few years, has been super consistent. We all go through life, maybe not at 100%, maybe not at our top tier. And it's okay, because I've been there too. But I've watched this girl go through certain phases of her life, and every time continue to bounce back, continue to move the ball forward, continue to step up, maybe when she didn't feel like it, or maybe when she didn't even feel ready to do so. But Caitlin, I want you to, kind of kick us off. Obviously, share your name, but, really share when you got started, and what are you using on the platform? Who are you watching inside of the academy?
Okay, hi. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Caitlin. A lot of people call me Kate. But yeah, I got started like almost 5 years ago, which is crazy to say. um, but yeah, I actually use Elite. But I've really been tapping into each different one, which sounds like overwhelming, but I really like the crypto sessions as well. So, got to do it all.
I was about to get a video. All right, yeah, I got you. I got you. All right, let's go. Crypto Queen over here, also rocking some HFX, really taking advantage of the platform. My first question for you, girl, is why do you keep investing in yourself? And biggest question, why do you keep paying your membership every single month?
Yeah. So I've definitely had my moments in this industry, like Abby said, the ebbs and flows of everything. But there's so much value in what we have. This is actually the hardest question that I actually took a minute to really think about. But I really have a long-term vision with this. Like this isn't just something to play around with. No matter how many times life comes in and knocks you down, it's going to be something that you come back around to anyways. So you might as well just stay consistent because it's so much harder to like fall off and get started, than to just keep going. And also, this comes into like the building side. If I'm a leader and I have people on my team and I'm expecting them to be active, if I'm inactive and I'm not working, and I'm not demo trading or live trading or plugging in, how can I expect them to as well?
Facts, girl, facts. Yeah, we've all gone through like phases where I know I have where I'm like, Alex and I can just share a membership. Like, that's easy. But it's like, why? Like, you're not paying your dues. You're not being authentic and genuine in your process. You're giving mixed signals to you know what. Your heart, your mind's not connected. So I love your answer, girl. I really appreciate you for breaking that down. Next question I've got, just kind of slamming you with these. These are why questions. Why are events and being plugged in so important to you? Are they
Yeah.
important?
Yeah, the events are everything. First of all, I'm just going to tell you, if you're here for the community, you got to get to events, weekly team meetings, team calls. Something I've been saying a lot to people out here in Michigan is they pull you out of the darkest places. Like if you want to stay on track, you have to be showing up, even if it's not events, plugging into the team calls, plugging in to go live. Like from experience, I could be like, oh, I'm going through the worst time. I'm not gonna hop on this call tonight. Like right now is actually my bedtime, y'all. So like I'm awake and I'm ready. So yeah, they really pull you out of like your darkest moments, and then you feel good that like, oh, I needed that call, like I'm glad I hopped on that call. So I think they're really important because it also keeps you connected to like your goals and your why, your reason for being here. So yeah, that's really how I feel on that.
Heck yeah, girl. Heck yeah. It's kind of like going to the gym. You don't really like going all the time, but once you go and you finish, you're like, all right, yeah, that
Yeah.
was good that we went there. All right, love it. Love to see it. And then the last question is, if someone on here or in general is going to pass on this information, someone's going through doubt and pain and even considering quitting, what is your advice to them based on what you've experienced so far?
Do not quit. Do not quit. Like for real. That is like the last thing on the earth to ever do with this. It really, like doubt and pain are a part of the process. Adversity is such a big part of the process, part of my process. Like something that I've realized is what I was missing when I got started. I spent hours and hours and hours learning this skill, but every time life happened to me, I just got completely knocked down. Like your girl is down. It's going to be a minute before I'm back up. So just, understand that it's a part of the process, and adversity is something that's there. Like those feelings are really there to get you to the next level. The universe is really asking you, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to be a millionaire? Okay, I'm going to test you real quick. So just make sure you pass those tests because, doubt and pain is definitely not an easy feeling, but that also comes back into connecting to the platform. You know, like I've been saying, you're always going to come back around. It's easier when you have that proximity to people that are really high up there. And Abby, I know for me, like, I'll call her like, girl, give me some perspective, you know, because sometimes you just need a different lens on what you're going through to be like, oh, you know, that's actually not that bad. Like, we can get over that, you know? So that's kind of how I feel about that. Just don't quit.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. Drop some threes. Drop some threes in the chat for Caitlin. Girl, I appreciate you. Thank you for just pouring in and sharing, sharing where you're coming from, sharing your perspective with what you've been through. Because experience will tell you a lot. But when you act on your experience, that's when you can grow and not make the same mistakes as before. So I appreciate you, girl. I'm excited to see you in a couple weeks in Palm Beach. And I'm excited to see what you do, who you impact, and who you become this year. So let's get it, y'all. All right, last individual. I don't even gotta give her an intro. She can just come up. I'm just playing. Y'all already know this individual. I literally running partners from day one when we got started, was watching me from afar, was like, what is this girl doing again? And saw me have some blue on my screen and was like, all right, what is that? And get started. So Alex has been involved with me literally since almost day one. And it's cool to see how much she's grown and really taking the horns, by this thing, and really seen her evolve on the crypto side specifically. And for those of you that don't know, like, Alex has an NFT portfolio, not trying to share all of her stuff, but she has an NFT portfolio like some of y'all have your crypto portfolio. Like, it's insane. Okay. A lot of what she's been doing, she's been plugging in, staying consistent on the platform, and it shows. She's a product of the product. And that's why she's been able to do amazing things also inside of the business. It's just being the product of the product and showing up and doing her thing. So Al, I want you to come on here and just drop some perspective. Well, first, share your name, when you really got started, and what are you using? What are you watching on Go Live and the platform? I think a lot of people have questions around what are you doing to get so good at NFTs, the NFT space.
All right. Yeah, thank you. So guys, first of all, I want to shout out Caitlin and Sam for sharing their nuggets. You guys did awesome. And also thank you, Abby, for putting this call together. One thing really that Abby's really good at is just getting everyone together. So shout out to her. But yeah, my name's Alex, out here in Arizona, and been here now for 5 years, just learning and trading and just trying to figure this thing out. Because in the beginning, in the beginning, we did not know what we were doing. It was kind of funny. We looked like chickens with our head cut off. But anyway, right now I'm watching Cobain using his fib strategy, using the swipe coin, and obviously using the scalper whenever I see a chance. I also learned from the asset accumulators for the play to earn and NFTs. Also, the Metaverse Mondays from Nick Gomez. Those have been my top to really get the grasp around NFTs and really know why I'm getting into it and what to invest into, because not all of them are created equal. So you got to know what you're doing in there, or else someone's going to take advantage of you. But yeah, that's what I've been tapped into lately.
Let's go. All right, Al. All right, first question I got for you is, when you first started, you kind of just touched on this a little bit, but when you first got started, you were checking with your head cut off, running around. I'm just kidding. When you first got started, did you know what you were doing? And I think the biggest thing out of that is, how was your learning curve by just putting your head down and staying consistent?
Yeah, we knew, absolutely. We didn't know what we were doing. It was kind of sad what we had back then. It was nothing what we have currently. So guys, literally, they walk you through step by step. Right now, it's so much more organized, and it's neat. Because back then it was like, here's a few videos, figure it out kind of thing. So it took us like, I don't know how many months to open a demo account. And then to actually enter a trade, that took a few more months. So the fact that now we can show people, okay, within the first day, you can learn how to take a trade. From there, it's literally mastering the trading plan. Whereas, back then it was like, sheesh, how do we work this app? So in the beginning, it was really, I didn't know what we were doing. The biggest thing is that I didn't understand the idea of compounding. I literally thought I was just pressing buttons to make money, kind of like a game. I saw it more of that way rather than investing. And when I noticed that this is actually investing and actually learning how to compound your money, that's when the light bulb moment happened. And like, I don't know how long I took on a video of Chris Derrick where he was literally going over support and resistance. I could not comprehend that. And what I had to do a lot with a lot of the information is literally rewatch the video over and over again. And then obviously implement, because the whole thing, you got to apply. You can't just watch it. I had to apply it so that I could train my eyes to figure out what this support and resistance was. So my learning curve was actually very, very slow in the beginning. But then now I'm like, yeah, I could see patterns left and right, harmonic patterns. I could point them out, draw them out then, and you're like, oh, I see it now. But yeah, it's taken practice and practice over and over, like Abby said in the beginning.
Heck yeah. And now you have the skill that nobody can take away from you. Love it, girl. Love it. All right. Next question. I'm not sure why I gave you this question. Oh yeah, I know why. Duh. Okay. How have you balanced your home life? And what I mean by home life, I'm not actually referring to me. I'm referring to like your family, your mom, your nieces, your nephews, that type of family. How have you balanced, your family, home life, whatever, your work, okay, while also learning, while also staying plugged in, while also building your business? How have you balanced all of that?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I actually learned this from you because I used to always say I wasn't a morning person. I would stay up late, try to catch London and trade a little bit of New York, and it wasn't working out. So one thing that I learned is that working, obviously work is work, you got your time slot for work. That's taken up. But one thing that I noticed is that there's so much time right before work and then after work, between when you go to bed and when you're done with work, that little cushion time. So what I like to do is wake up early. This is for work, because it is hard to trade and be at work. I don't recommend it, but literally waking up early, if it's an hour at least where you can put towards you, like educating yourself, charting up, whatever you got to do, whatever that routine is for you, even if it's an hour before work, it makes a huge difference. I know for us, we're at the point right now where we're trying to wake up at 4:30 because obviously we trade and build. So we try to do everything we can before we actually work. Okay, then go to work, do that. And then, throughout the day, it's not as much work you got to do. Hopefully that makes sense. But the biggest thing is get yourself right first. Get your money right first. And then get this right too in the morning, because it makes all the difference when you go to work. You show up differently because you're like, I just got my bag. I'm here because I want to be here. And then with family, it's kind of the same thing. Like if we're going with my family for the weekend, I know we always try to get our stuff done before we even leave. And so we can actually enjoy our time and not, be on the phone, not worry about missing a session kind of thing. It's like, no, I already got it done. Enjoy my family and then, do it all over the next day. But it's literally doing the non-negotiables, whatever that may be for you. If you're just trading, get your session in, get your trading, charting done. I would recommend before work. I find that's the best time. It's quiet, it's peaceful. I don't know. I sometimes meditate, so do what you got to do to get yourself right and get in that state of mind. Because I also think if you wait at night, so much has happened throughout your day where it's like, you have all this, baggage you carry with you when you're going to your charts. And so if you do it in the morning with a clear mind, you wake up, you're fresh. It's like a whole restart. So I think that's why I choose to do the morning.
Let's go. All right, girl. And then the last question I have. And then after this question, y'all, we are doing the giveaway. I know you guys are excited. I know this is a longer call, so appreciate you guys for being here, for wanting to get the value. Maybe you want that giveaway. Who knows? I'm just kidding. All right, but last question now is, and this is a really good question. What happened, okay? What happened when you focused more on the money than you did on your mindset?
So when I focused more on the money, not gonna lie, I blew some accounts. Because like she said earlier, if you're chasing it, it's running away from you. Like literally, we try to skip the steps, we try to find shortcuts, we try to over leverage. And at the end of the day, you might get some wins, cool, but you're winning the wrong way. It's not lasting. So I really had to get real, like you said, if you're still facing the same problem, like you need to learn something. So yeah, like the biggest thing that I get, especially on social media, people want the answers like now. Like they want to, what is it called when you want instant gratification? That's what I wanted to say. People are really into that right now because we could literally get anything we want right now. But what people don't want to hear is that to get financially educated, it does take some time. That spaced repetition, that time putting into the charts, everything. I think that's the one thing people don't realize, and it's the hard answer, or it's the answer most people don't want to hear. But if you just focus on the money, it's not gonna be, you're not gonna last long. I like she said, you can't you're, oh my God, I can't think of the thing, but basically what I'm trying to say, focus on the education and the money will follow, because if you know the skill set, then you know how to get the result.
All right, let's go. I'm not sure what you were trying to say or what you were trying to refer to. Is it income never surpasses your mindset?
That one.
We already thinking, girl. All right. That was killer. Y'all crushed that. Drop some sevens in the chat, y'all, if you got some value from that. If you like the Q&A style instead of the free for all like we were doing before, that was good. Y'all gave some really powerful answers. I know the questions really sparked powerful answers as well, but you guys really pulled it from the heart, and I hope that you guys on the call, you got something from that as well, because this is all to give you guys the perspective that you need to go out and actually succeed, to actually go out and create the results that you want. But at the end of the day, like these calls, the go live sessions, the events, the trainings, the meetings, the whatever, like all of that is to equip you. It's to educate you. It's to bring you a level of awareness, maybe that you didn't have before, tools, resources, all that to position you, right? But I can't go out and create the success for you. Caitlin, Alex, Sam, like everybody on this call, like we can't create that success for you. You've got to do that for you, okay? So I've talked enough on this call today. I'm going to share my screen with y'all tonight. The one thing I didn't really go over, and I think it's okay that we didn't do that tonight, maybe on definitely for the next call. And I would say, honestly, guys, get with the person that helped you get started, get with your group, that you guys are plugging into, locally, to talk about that a little bit more. Get on the live sessions to really know and navigate what to do, because the platform will walk you through that. We as a community will help you know what to do and where to go. If you maybe are trying to find a certain strategy, if you're trying to find an educator, you're trying to find certain videos, like we'll help you with that. Okay. It's doing the work that is the hard part. It's not really hard, because what's easy to do is also easy not to do. I'd rather learn a skill that maybe takes me 3 to 5 years to really master and get consistent with, than go spend the rest of my life 40, 50 years working for somebody that I'm, half-assing at anyways, and I'm giving 50% of my check to the government in taxes. Like that was what I read from the book, and that was written, 2016, 5, 6, 7 years ago. So like, choose your hard, baby, choose your hard. So let's share my screen. And this is also another great time too, guys. Like, why I'm not trying to bring this up again, but like while I'm putting these names in, can y'all help me make sure that I don't miss anybody's names? Wait, where are we at? Okay, yeah. This is why, you know, being able to have additional streams of income is so important, because you can leverage that extra income to invest. And look at the markets right now. Like last night, oh my God, Solana was at like, sorry, I can't type and speak at the same time. I'm not gonna talk. Solana was at like $75, and I was like, holy crap, I am buying. But you can't do that. You can have all the information in the world, but if you don't have the income to take advantage of it, like you're not doing anything. And that's the sucky part. So that's another reason why I choose to really build this business, is not only for the income, because I can leverage that, but it's also because I want to be able to have a team. Like I want to build my leadership. I want to put people in position that were like me. Mason, I can't spell your name. Jesus. I can't put people in position. All right. Abby is not a multitasker. I should have outsourced and delegated responsibility to somebody before this call. All right. And Josh. All right. Do I have everybody? Does everybody see their name? Albert, Alex, Bob, Crystal, Diane, Eric, Fernando, Jacques, Jake, Caitlin, Lorenzo, Maggie, Marin, Mason, Nancy, Orlando, Paul, Perfect, Sam, and Josh. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna shuffle these up. Shuffle these bad boys. All right, we are good. Everybody good? All right, last time. Let me get this on camera, because last time my reaction was hilarious. All right, so I'm gonna put your, I wanna see y'all's reaction too. So we're gonna do this over here. And yes, we're gonna get this on the recording so y'all can see what you missed out. All right, y'all ready? We're gonna spin this thing, and this is gonna be good. All right, 3, 2, 1. Y'all don't even know what we're giving away. I didn't even tell y'all. I should have told y'all. Oh, sheesh. Sam. Nancy, that was pretty close. That was pretty close. All right, Sam, you won. I didn't even get your reaction. All right, here we go. So Sam won. You don't even know what you won. I didn't even tell you guys. I'm so silly. Just trying to put the names in. So Sam won. Sam, okay, you won. You win 1 or 2 things, okay? You win another ticket to Palm Beach. I'm just kidding. Okay, you win either a ledger. Do you have a ledger? You have a ledger. You're like, shit, I just won. I already have a ledger. The other thing, because if you already had a ledger, which good on you, I'm gonna send you a whole Solana. Is that okay? A whole Solana is all right. Is all right. All right. All right, y'all. I'm feeling a little generous. I'm thinking should we do this one more time? Y'all drop some threes in the chat. Should we do this again right now? Should we do another giveaway? Alex is like, what are you doing? All right, Sam, I'm gonna take your name off. Oh, it's already removed it. Okay. Should we do another giveaway? Do I have enough Solana to give away to y'all?
Run it.
Ledger. So it'll either be, what was that, Al?
I said, run it.
Run it. Yeah, I bought a lot of Solana last night. So, all right, Sam, I'm gonna send you some Solana. You can send me your wallet address. I will get it over. All right, y'all, we're gonna do this again. If you don't have a ledger, I'm gonna get you a ledger. If you have a ledger and you want a full Solana, I'm gonna send you a full Solana. If you do not have your ticket to Palm Beach, I'm sorry, you're getting a ticket to Palm Beach. Okay. All right, y'all. We are gonna do this again. We're gonna run it. Hopefully nobody left a call. Otherwise I have to take the name off. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, your boy. Let's go. Sheesh. Guys, drop some 7s in the chat for Sam and Perfect. Perfect. You just won, bro. You just won. Like, you just won. Do you have a ledger? You gonna mute yourself. Do you have a ledger?
I do not have a ledger, in fact.
Are you you ready to get a ledger? I'm gonna send you one.
Oh, most definitely. I appreciate it. I'm ex-
Hey, let's go. All right,
Love
dog. You are getting a ledger. I need to get an address. I'm gonna buy it off of eBay if that's okay. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm playing. It'll be legit. It'll be legit. All right, y'all. Let me start recording this call.